This is Tom Duty, a middle-aged American living in New Jersey near the Lincoln Tunnel. If you were to visit my website, you would type Howdy Doody into Google. You'll find the correct spelling of the famous puppet. You then combine Tom Duty in a Google search for my site. Move to embrace exercise and one another. Boston Glob, November 15th, 2012, front page, A1, by Christopher Muther. In the pre-dawn chill at Harvard Stadium, nearly 100 groggy fitness enthusiasts look up when a voice bellows, "Turn to the person next to you and give them a hug." Membership of the crowd, many sporting bedheads and unshaven faces, dutifully turn and hug their neighbors. Then they begin a grueling workout of running up and down scores of stadium steps for the next hour. Hundreds of locals are turning out 3 times a week at 6:30 a.m. to hug and socialize before running stadium steps, sprinting up hills, or knocking out a muscle-searing series of sit-ups and push-ups. The group is called the November Project, and the organizers liken it to a grassroots morning workout tribe. There's no instructor, no pressure, and members heartily cheer each other on. It's not about winning, it's about participating. The fledgling fitness group is free, open to all ages, but most participants are in their early 20s through their early 30s, which is fitting, say experts who study the generation known as Generation Y or Millennials. Could it be that every kid gets a trophy ethos they grew up with is becoming part of adult culture? This is so totally millennial and so different from how other generations deal with exercise, says Michael Hayes, co-author of the book Millennial Momentum. There is group support. It's free. There are positive awards. It's got everything a millennial is looking for. That wasn't the intention of co-founders Brogan Graham, 29, and Bohan Mandarek, 31, when they started the November Project last November, hence the name. The former Northeastern University rowing team, buddies, simply wanted to motivate each other to work out through the winter. But in April, when they started inviting others to join them for their Wednesday morning workouts at Harvard Stadium, the numbers started multiplying. They have since added Monday and Friday. Workouts around the city occasionally draw as many as 300 athletes. Since spring, approximately 2,000 people have trained with their group. It's just one of those things that we didn't expect to blow up, says Mandarek, a web technology specialist. It was all word of mouth and social media, but now you have all these people coming out. You have someone from the Boston Bruins working out next to a dude who suddenly gets off the couch because he wants to get fit. Nowhere else do you see this mix. There is a go-at-your-own-pace environment with a strong athletic core, and thanks to Facebook and Twitter and the project's blog, it's evolved into a community of people who have struck up friendships and regularly socialize. There is a weekly award for the person who best exemplifies group spirit. On November 1st, the group celebrates 1-year anniversary with a twist on the famous Running of the Bulls. They called it Running of the Bowls. Through the alleys of the Back Bay, and asked participants to dress in white and carry bowls. It sounds cheesy, but it's rare to see something uplifting like this, says Claire Wood, 30. It helped me feel more open-minded to see these 30-year-old guys being encouraged and inspiring. It's a lot of fun. Wood, a senior product manager in the running division of New Balance, and a few of her colleagues who participate in the group were so excited about the November Project that they gave away free sneakers to members who showed up for 6 or more workouts in July. New Balance isn't the only brand that sees the November Project as a way to reach new customers. Puma is giving away merchandise to a group of members this month. Meanwhile, Graham and Mandarek are looking to trademark the name and expand to other cities. They are still working out a business model, but they would eventually like to turn their feel-good exercise regimen into a business with the help of investors or corporate sponsors. It may be difficult to replicate the November Project on other cities. Many participants say its success is based on the combination of Graham's bigger-than-life personality and Mundarik's thoughtful friendliness. Part of why people do this is Brogan's personality, says Ashley Schaefer, 27, a brand designer at IDEO in Cambridge. It's the confidence he's putting out there. He believes in everything he's doing 100%. You see that, and it's inspiring. Graham, a marketing manager for Hubway Bike Share Program, says his motivation for founding the group with Mundarik was not purely for training purposes. He ran in many races and trained by himself, but was looking for like-minded runners in Boston. I've moved here from Wisconsin, Graham says. I'm a friendly and outgoing guy, and I was turned off because Boston wasn't friendly. I'm a hugger. So now, at the November Project, I say, turn to the person next to you and hug them. I want people to talk to each other. That desire to turn exercise into a group activity is part of why November Project has become a hit with young fitness fans, says Seth Madison, a speaker and writer on Generation Y. We grew up doing everything in teams, Madison says. When it comes to fitness, the last thing this generation wants to do is jump on a lonely treadmill and pour out 5 miles by themselves. That's not to dismiss the social appeal of the gatherings. Young professionals meet people with similar interests, Graham says. He fell in love with his girlfriend while training with November Project, but the real draw seems to be the support the athletes say they get. It's funny because I should hate this, says Patrick Burke, a 29-year-old law student. I'm not a morning person, and I'm not a big fan of we're all going to be friends and encourage each other. But it's gotten to the point where I can't wait to get out of bed and do this in the morning. Christopher Muther can be reached at muther@globe.com. Follow him on Twitter at Chris_Muther. Illustration. Brogan Graham cheered on Kate Kennedy during a workout at Harvard Stadium. Fitness fans took part in the November Project's running of the bowls in the public alleys in Back Bay on November 1st. Aram Bogosian and Estras M. Suarez. Tom Duty, middle-aged American, living in New Jersey near the Lincoln Tunnel. If you were to visit my website, you would type Howdy Doody into Google. You'll find the correct spelling of the famous puppet. You then combine Tom Duty in a Google search for my site. Thank you for listening. Have a good day, good evening, or restful night's sleep. Ciao.